Comment, and then let me have a look. That's as big as I can get it on the screen.
Let me zoom into it a little more.
That's it, yeah.
So let me go to my birth sign. It's right there, which is the hummingbird. Okay, people can see that. All right, now these codes in here, this is called the Wataka. Okay, this is the transmutation codes of Lemuria, which will transmute and undo that which does not serve you. It is fully supported by incredible light beings, the Christ light, all of it. Yeshua, you want to say Buddha, all of them, your whole family of ascended teachers and masters and ancestors are in here. These are their codes. Okay, I've got this in a wall hanging. You can just hang on your wall. But this is called Wataka, which means an operating system. Doesn't mean a calendar. In a sense, it is. But these that used to be months with your zodiacs, they are the motu, which replace the zodiacs. They don't replace it. They've always been there. I'm sharing with them with you, so you can replace the draconian. You replace the draconian, Gregorian, and the Julian, and the Mayan, and the Adam, and any other with this, because this is the one from the beginning. I'll say the beginning of the planet. You just say at least that, 600 million years. It's been in operation with the system of nature. It's fully operational. We work with these, and then ceremonies that go along with these. But this is just one of them. There's three Wataka. Take it in. If you're gonna screenshot it, go ahead and you can have it. But you know that this is also copywritten to the House of Huna, just so you know. But go ahead and share it within your preview and look at it and feel from it. No, this is not the same as the Enoch calendar. This is not a calendar. This is an operating system of Lemuria. Okay, it's 600 million years. It's the most infinite operating system. Because the Draconian Gregorian was made up over the use of, the Roman understandings and the Greek understanding, gods of war. The Draconian and the Gregorian comes out of the gods of war. This does not. This comes from source, pure source, element of love. Okay. You would use this with the ceremonies that we will share with you, and an understanding and the story of what it is to share with you, to break you out of the matrix. So quite simply, to break out of the matrix of the Draconian and Gregorian system, to break you out of the months, minutes, and hours and weeks, and to bring you fully into alignment with energy that requires no months, no minutes, no hours. You can still gauge what you need to do throughout the length of your light, the days of light. We work within the days of light, not the legend of days. Okay, we work through the light of days, not the legend of days. And in the light of days, there is the moment until you have all the time in the world. You have all the moment, all the light in the world to work with. Even when it's become dark outside, the light is still shining somewhere, right? The planet is spinning. So you don't just because you can't see the light, the sun, doesn't mean it's not there. So you have access to it all the time. That's why there is no minutes and no months. Someone decided that you're going to have a month, and I'm going to name the month after myself because I'm an emperor or a Caesar, and I lord over the war, and I'm the warlord, and you're all going to bow to me, and you're going to do what I tell you to do from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's not what we do. I can tell you now. I operate on a 24 light cycle. Okay, 24 zones of light. I operate on that, the cycle of the planet. And these are the birth signs that support everything that we do, certainly mine, which is the hummingbird. It's taken over from the Aquarius. Aquarius is no more, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet, sweet dear ones, dearly beloveds. Aquarius is only there if you want it to be. That's Atlantean, which is a distorted light code. And that's there if you want it to be. Fine, go ahead and have at it. We already know the lesson, sweet, sweet dear ones. Okay? This is not the Star of David. This is a lot more ancient than David, I'm afraid. Doesn't belong to David. This is called the primary. It's known as the primary star. It is not Jewish. It is of everyone. Okay? It is not just one chosen race. All of us are chosen. This is way before Adam. Janus is Aquarius. Well, your birth sign is not necessarily the water or air coming out of the vase. That is the breath. And whose breath is it? It's the hummingbird's breath. It's known as the voice, the tiny voice from heaven, which in the language of the hummingbird we speak is not Calibri, it's not Latin. We speak Lemurian, right? Which is a language before Atlantis, right? And the sound of that being is Tirani motu, which means the tiny voice from heaven. The tiny voice from heaven. Tirani motu, that's what my birth sign is. And the Aquarius has returned to the throat chakra of the hummingbird, right? The water breath, right? That's breath. Breath is water. Okay? You're not in the age of Aquarius unless you want to be in Atlantis. And if you want to be in Atlantis, you're going to have distorted programming, which you do, because it's draconian. Do you want to be draconian programming? Let me just ask you straight. Huh? It is some education to have here, or not, up to you. And then, you do whatever you want. Most of you do anyway. Most people do whatever they want. But I'm sharing with you what this is. Okay, it ain't that. This is far more higher frequency than you want to ascend. You want to talk about ascension? You want to talk about breaking out of the matrix? Then move counterclockwise in the alignment with the planet, because that's what this is, and the universe. And not discover your wound every 12 hours or every moon, right? Discover yourself being renewed, not resurrected, renewed, like refreshed, right? Sorry, I don't mean to be so pushy.
We don't mind. I think actually, we have got an amazing audience on here, and I think everyone's really appreciating it. So yeah, don't feel it's lovely, isn't it? So I think I'm a butterfly.
You're in November, then you are Kahuku Motu, butterfly. Kahuku, transformational medicine. Kahuku means the essence, and is the essence of heaven. Transformation to the essence of heaven. That's remembering, Huna. That's sweet, sweet dear ones. And let me speak to what they are for you so you can hear the sound of them, okay? Do you mind if I do that?
Please do.
Okay, so starting at the wombat at the bottom there, right at the bottom. Right down the bottom there, there's a little fluffy animal, it's the wombat. You know it as the wombat. Let me just zoom in. That's called the Kopunui. Kopunui motu, which means the womb. And it's the womb at the southern star, the cross of the Christ light, or the Christ light. Okay, Kopunui. Its constellation and its continental location is Australia. Then to its right, or to your right, there's the parrot, the kaka, the special talking bird with the special talking throat chakra. Okay, that's called kaka, which means is also in the Dogon Hebrew language means brother or brotherhood or sisterhood. It is in the hood. Special voice. Now, and so that's what's taken over July. What has taken over August, what has always been there before Augustine came along, was the birth sign of the Fatura, which is the falcon condor. Fatura, which is a very powerful special being. And as you know, the falcon, you can also Google some of these totems so you can get an explanation, but there's also further essences understood here in Lemuria. So the Fatura, which overtakes, what gives you that moment of August, and then the next one is the Namu, which is September. Namu Motu, which is the birth sign of Jesus, born in September, in the dove, in Lemuria, in the Christ light of the highest light, not the draconian calendar. You're not born in the reptilian calendar. Okay, understand me. You're not born in the 10-strand DNA. You're birthed in Lemuria to the highest frequency of the 24-strand DNA and in higher, okay, because that was the challenge. In the birth of the Namu, which is the dove, okay, you won't see it in any other calendars. Then you have the lamb, which is the Kirihi Motu, which is about the golden fleece. The golden fleece that's taken over October. Okay, the butterfly, we just said, Kahuku Motu, transformational to the essence of heaven. The okapi, which is a giraffe with no neck, it's a short neck giraffe. It has the light of Father, which is in the white star energy. Powerful light of Father, the light of the divine masculine. That is the light of the divine masculine, is the white star energy, a divine masculine, a pillar. So that is called the okapi motu. Then there is the He'a Motu, which is that rabbit right there, which is January, for those of you in January. It's a very powerful being that carries the burden. It's not a rabbit, it's a hare. And the hares are very powerful. And imagine that being on the size of a continent in its energy, because that's what they are. They have their containment field is on the size of a continent. Understand that, okay? And then mine, which is the Tirani Motu, tiny voice from heaven. You have the Honu Motu, which is the turtle, cosmic being that can see the future. That's the Honu Motu, the turtle. It's also a guardian of the door of angels. Okay, so it's there at the birth channel where the children's coming into birth through the west, called the angel's door. Okay, coming through to the womb after conception. Then you have the Tuatara Motu, which is the smiling gecko. It's about the smile, energy of the smile. And you know that is so powerful. So powerful. I have seen, you've got people you've met that have a smile, right? It's amazing. Then you have the albatross down here, which is called Toroa Motu. Take as the 12th alignment of the 12 around 1, 13, 28-day calendar. And these are the birth signs that are assisting at the highest levels of light. Okay. And so this is the language of Lemuria. Through the Maori language, deeper into Lemuria. Maori is a sub-tribe of Lemuria. Okay. Many are from sub-tribes of Lemuria. So we're one there. We are all star nations as sub-tribes of a particular consciousness. Okay. Oneness consciousness for sure in the highest light. So these are the motus. Motu means island. These are here on the ground and they are above. They are not just words stuck in the sky. These beings support you. When you stand on these islands, you are standing on their shoulders, and you are supposed to do that. They're here to support you in the technical support. They are your technical support. They are the ancient ascended masters. They are our star beings. You are familiar with these characters. For the reason for that is because their beings are so much more evolving and changing every nanosecond that you couldn't track it. But in the feeling, you can feel them, no matter what they look like. Okay, so share that with you. And these are these are going to be brought to you in children's books for the children soon, very soon. We're working on these things. And animations so that you can receive these understandings, all right?